Did you ever think the Polar Express could be a nightmare, or else brace yourself as I dive into the chill moments of this classic tale? Before we embark on this terrific journey, make sure to like, subscribe.
I was growing up, my Christmas movies were like Charlie Brown's Christmas, A Christmas Story, Ernest Saves Christmas, and my personal favorite, The Santa Claus. For some reason, we were like a really big Tim Allen household, which is very weird in retrospect. Wah! But turns out, the two most consistently chart-topping Christmas movies the last several years have been Grinch and Polar Express, two extreme opposites.
Yeah, Grinch and Polar Express were my favorite Christmas movie. But I gotta say, is Polar Express better than the Grinch? Or is the Grinch lacking more? If y'all want to fight that out, go ahead and fight out down in the comment and tell me which one did.
Polar Express came out in 2004 and was a very loose interpretation of the book from 1985. I say loose because the book itself is like 30 pages long, and this movie's a little under 2 hours, so like they filled in a lot of gaps. Directed by Robert Zemeckis, who around this time had this absolutely bizarre obsession with trying to make hyper-realistic CG movies, which like even today is kind of impossible. You know, you got stuff like Lion King or the Mufasa movie or whatever. Like sure, they look kind of really real, sorta, but also like who asked for this? You know, I for one hate Disney movies with whimsical character designs, but back in 2004, I mean, this dude was swinging for the fences. Now, I don't think I've watched this movie since it came out. So, for my last Christmas movie of 2024, what do you say we check out The Polar Express? Yeah.
On Christmas Eve, many years ago, I lay quietly in my bed. I did not rustle the sheets. I breathed slowly and silently.
Okay, so fun fact, almost everyone in this movie is Tom Hanks. The main boy, Tom Hanks. The dad, Tom Hanks. Everyone. You yourself might be Tom Hanks right now. Anyway, so this is our main character, who's never named in the movie, and whose soul has been ripped from its flesh prison, I assume. Now,
I really didn't really understand what his name was. And I don't really understand the purpose of it, but he might explain the purpose.
Only personality trait is that he doesn't think he believes in all this Santa Claus nonsense, okay? And he feels the need to like constantly remind himself, why are you yelling? One thing about this movie is that every adult is so weird. I don't know what it is about kids movies, but you go back to like Matilda or Willy Wonka or whatever, and it's like there's just this universal kid experience of adult.
He ain't wrong, because a lot of kids show that you see that it made like this, the don't feel weird. And like, why would you make them that
weirdest dudes of all time? Anyway, so first the kid's like, oh no, I couldn't possibly. And then about 2 seconds later, he's like, okay, fine, and jumps on the train. Now this is where the movie takes a sharp turn into just straight up nightmare territory.
Oh.
Wait, why are you sitting like this? Oh, hey there, new kid.
Right, why,
see how long it takes me to chew all my toenails off?
Hey, let me sit down right there. Hard. Like, that was making me think, like, you sitting there and coming out and you can't hold it. And why are you smiling like that?
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Do you know what kind of train this is?
Oh! No, stop! I forgot about this kid. Who is the sleep paralysis demon child? So this voice actor is the same guy who was Mandark in Dexter's Lab. And super fun fact, he was arrested in 2022 for breaking into a nursing home. Celebrities, they're just like you.
Train, do you know what kind of train this is? Well, do you?
You know what this movie feels like? It's like all of the really bad CG parts of Harry Potter Sorcerer's Stone, but like, that's just the entire movie.
You have lost your
see, like, all the bad part of the whole entire scene in it, and you try to mix up the bad part to represent like how good the bad part can be, but it's still bad.
I did. You can have my ticket.
These tickets are not transferable.
You will just have to come along with me.
So like, turns out this dude is like a ghost or something? So like, did he die on this train? Or is this like a kid who got on and never got off again?
Alex, you're not wrong. He probably died on that train, or it probably a whole illusion, and like a tall tale where the kid got on the train and never left. So I think he imagined everything that go on the train. It got
up if you think about it for like 5 seconds. Second, you got in trouble for losing your ticket and they promoted you to train
How
driver?
they promote
What kind of
you
operation
to
is this? Approachably
drive the
attractive people, giving
Yeah.
you the news you already saw on the internet 8 hours ago.
News.
It's the local
Hey, babe.
news. Tonight, 207 people have been turned into slush when a train smashed through their neighborhood, being driven by a child relying solely on her innocence and Christmas spirit. When reached for comment, Santa Claus said, "Get wrecked, nerds." Piles of goo splattered on the windows at this point, I assume. There is this one part where the poor kid sings a song
What?
on the back of the train, and like, I can't play the scene for you, obviously, because it's YouTube, but the lyrics go, "I'm wishing on a star and trying to believe that even though it's far, he'll find me Christmas Eve. I guess that Santa's busy, because he never comes around."
Well, what do you mean by that? What are you trying to mean? You trying to say that Santa that you so busy to come to your house or what? That's the reason why he's so sad all of a sudden?
Him when Christmas comes to town. And like, why you gotta come out with a gut punch like this out of nowhere, Polar Express? I mean, the movie's full of demon children who look like they have jaundice. And then you slip in a scene like this? Who do you think you are? But finally, they get to the North Pole. Oh, no, okay, I'm sorry. I take back everything I said about this kid. This is the most horrifying kid in this movie. What is this? What? How much melatonin did I take last night? This is definitely one of those kids in like third grade who had like 4 sets of teeth growing out of their gums, you know what I mean? And guess what? It's more shenanigans. Like the main kid, this girl, and then this other kid gets stuck on the train car that slides all the way back into Santa's workshop.
It sounds like a fart.
Anyway, so after all this nonsense, Santa Claus comes out like Hulk Hogan for some reason. And while all this is going on, the other kids are talking about how amazing the sleigh bells sound. The reindeer are jumping around and everyone's like, "Wah!"
Why it gotta be a music song? Why it gotta be a choreographed song? Like, why did you have go and show all your skill? Just go to work, deliver the present.
And so, dejected, hating himself, cursing the heavens, our main character gets dropped off at his house and says goodbye to everyone, even the creepy, scary train conductor guy. And the next morning is Christmas. And after playing with whatever hellish monstrosity this is, he finds one last present under the tree.
Why?
But I mean, it does have a magical whimsy quality to it that still kind of holds up, except these.
It do. The polar spread isn't a bad term of terrible, terrific, or horrible, but it can do real good as a Christmas movie.